Hi, today I'm going to quickly demonstrate to you how we're going to protect a web game using a secure CDN, right? So the web game could be built based on Flash, which is already retired. It could be based on H5. And also, the web game I'm going to use is actually using the tech stack of the LAMP, right? LAMP stands for Linux, Apache, MySQL, and also PHP. It's very commonly used tech stack. So basically how it looks on the server is, I believe this is the server, right? So on here, I have two main folders. So one is a PHP study, right? So, and this is the, sorry, and this is the main folder. Over here, I store all those PHP files. And and this is where the server locates and also some of the SQL files over here. So basically, once you log on to this particular game, so over here, I'm going to use the Internet Explorer because it's still supporting the Flash. So what we're going to do is, so on this particular secure CDN, I'm going to have the policy that is to basically trigger, for example, the slider capture puzzles for those IP addresses that belonging to, for example, the Tencent cloud, right? So this is for the purpose of demonstrating. So basically over here, right? So this is the rules. We call it IDC rules. So as long as the source IP is from Tencent, I'm going to trigger the capture. So over here, I'm going to get onto this particular machine. So this machine is from Tencent Shanghai. I'm accessing from Singapore, so that's why you experience some of the latencies. Please bear with that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to key in the URL. I'm not going to select the HTTPS. Of course you can, but for the simplicity of the demonstration, so I'm going to just using the HTTP. And I'm accessing from this particular address, which will be triggering the capture slider window. Because to the server or to the secure CDN nodes, I'm considered a suspicious bot. So I'm going to take the bot challenge, which is the slider puzzle. So you'll be popping up now. And I'm going to finish this. And I'm on the page, right? So once I'm on the page, so you have some of the options over here, right? So you can have more videos. This membership center. This is built by me, of course, and also you can log in. I've already created an account, so I'm using test123, test123. I'm going to hit the login button, and then the list of server will be presented. But just for the simplicity of demonstrating, I'm only having one service over here, which is this one. So you see that they will be starting to load, and you hit the start game button. And you can basically start playing, right? So basically over here, the reason I want to demonstrate to you is because I want to show you this particular URL. So basically for this particular URL, it's a PHP file. So under this particular PHP file, you will be triggering some of the SQL query. So we'll be looking at, for example, the servers, right? So and also the FQ equals 1. This is considered a query string. So from the server, let me just quickly show you. Is this one. So this is the server I built the game on. And you see this is the configure. The PHP will be used by, for example, index.php and others as well. So basically it's a share the PHP consider a configuration file that will be defining so where we're gonna do the query from, what's the DB information, etc. So from the SQL Server. So you see that only have Y entries over here. I mean, just now the query string is FQ equals 1. So basically it's matching this one so that it will pull all those information from the relevant tables and be presented on this particular UI over here, right? So basically, since it's a HTTP game, so most of the communication will be directly through. If you're using HTTP, will be port 80s. If you're using HTTPS, will be port 443. So it's highly vulnerable to those like bot attack, right? So that I'm going to simulate bot attack from a different machine. Just give me a moment. So I'm going to use this particular, for example, I'm going to use a different browser. I'm going to use the burp suit over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the burp suit. I'm going to basically simulate some of the text basically by changing or manipulating the UA values over here, right? Because over here on this particular policy portal, I've also, for example, defined a list of the UA will be considered suspicious. So over here, what I'm going to do is copy and paste this one, replace the original UA, and I'm going to trigger the capture. Okay, I'm going back on to the burp suite and also its browser, which will be intercepting all those requests. So what we're going to do is I'm going to key in this one, and I'm going to turn on the interception. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the enter button. So it will be intercepted, right? So over here, what we're going to do is I'm going to copy this one. Oops. Copy this one and put it over here. I'm going to put it over here, right? So the user agent value has been changed to the one that will be exactly matching the policies that will be triggering the capture. So what we're going to do is I'm going to forward the request. Let's see that we pop up with the capture again. And I'll be presented with the web portal of the game, right? So basically, this is how the capture works to challenge if you are a suspicious bot. And apart from that, I mean, the slider capture is one of the method, and the other one commonly used is the JS challenge, right? So for those like not so intelligent bots, I think they will still be very effective. So basically, how it works is let me just quickly show you his historical capture. So basically, if you were to access this particular, for example, host, it's a different host. I mean, because that was done previously. I mean, a few weeks ago when I did a test, the CDN node or the secure CDN node is going to intercept the request and going to insert this particular JS file into it. And then, of course, you'll get a response that comes with this encrypted the JS or also the functions over here. Right. So if you're not, for example, the headless browser, if you're not a bot tool, or you're not using the CLI, your browser is able to, for example, render this, understand this, and also pass the JS challenge. If not, they're going to fail. Right. So basically, this is how a JS challenge work. And yeah, so basically this is the entire presentation. So hope it's helpful. Thank you very much.